everyone. Happy Tuesday. How we doing today? Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful day. We're going to talk about a couple of fun subjects today here on the Arizona Cardinals Cast 10/11/2022. It's a beautiful Tuesday. Hopefully everybody is having a wonderful day. What we're going to talk about today really quickly before I get into my very, very exciting power rankings is Kyler Murray. How is Kyler Murray going to do against the Seahawks on Sunday? How can the Cardinals get Kyler Murray off to a quicker start? The Cardinals have scored 0 points in the first quarter this season. Very frustrating. Very, 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 very frustrating for a team that has too much talent and too talented of a quarterback. Here is my key to getting Kyler Murray going. Get him out of the pocket. Get him running around. 3 different games this season, Kyler Murray has not had a rushing attempt in the first quarter. In fact, the last 2 home games, Kyler Murray has not had a rushing attempt in the first half. I know that you want to keep, your diminutive quarterback healthy, but the big part of his game is his legs, and you have to utilize his legs, his strength, to his advantage, to the Cardinals' advantage, and that's the way you can get the Cardinals off to a fast start. And also an interesting stat, they're playing against a team that has the number 1 yards per play in the league in the Seattle Seahawks. Do I think it's sustainable? No, not with Gino. But I will say this is a big play offense. Seattle's going to try to get the big play on you. The way the Cardinals can kind of limit that is having the football, going on long drives, having Kyler Murray get into third and manageable situations, have Kyler rolling out of the pocket, have Kyler utilize his legs, keep the defense off balance, and the way you can do that is getting him out of the pocket. And this is what Cliff has to do. Cliff has to utilize his quarterback correctly. And lastly, I'm going to do... Anyways, I don't know why I wanted to do that. I just wanted to have some fun. I'm back. All right, so I'm excited to talk about it. I was like, man, I did the Drew rating. We're going to have, obviously, the full power rankings on drewsports.com tomorrow, as I do every Wednesday. But I will say, my power rankings, I am so psyched to bring these power rankings to you. There's going to be some huge shuffles, as you can see at the bottom and at the top. I will say, at the bottom, are these the 5 worst teams in the league so far this year? Probably, to be honest with you. I like the Bears is an excruciating team, but I was actually impressed with the way they played at Minnesota this week and coming back. So they got bumped out of the bottom of the power rankings, and the Lions are in, and the rest of the teams were in there last week. Texans, they've been number 1, but I'm moving them up to number 5. An impressive win at Jacksonville. I know they're very limited, but I actually think Lovie Smith and company are doing a good job with this team of taking advantage of their limitations. The Texans have been in every single game this season. They have not been blown out yet. They've been very competitive, and I gotta give them their due. Are they a good football team? No, but they have not been the worst football team in the league. I think having them at number 28 and number 5 on the bottom of the rankings is an appropriate spot for the Texans. Number 4, the Lions. Come on, man. 0-10 on the road under Dan Campbell and Jared Goff. 0-10. That was just, putting up a goose egg at the Patriots, and Bailey Zappi, the third-string quarterback, just embarrassing. Just terrible, as Charles Barkley would say. Just terrible. Just very, very, very disappointing, the Lions. I actually think they could be doing better. And you know what? That 6.5 over-under that I said take the over, I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to get to 7 wins. I thought they were, but I don't know, with the way things look right now. Number 3, the Panthers. Matt Rule just got let go. Baker Mayfield's injured. P.J. Walker's starting this week. It's a mess down in Carolina, which stinks because Christian McCaffrey's been healthy. He still looks like one of the best running backs in football. But, if you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a team, and that's where the problem with the Panthers is. It's P.J. Walker right now, and Sam Darnold comes back in a couple weeks. It's probably his job again. Musical chairs, might as well just, sign me off the street. Actually, bring back Kerry Collins. Kerry Collins, what you up to, man? You want to go in there and manage some football? Yeah, you might as well. Kerry Collins, Jake Delhomme. I guess, really, who knows? Just anybody's probably better. Rodney Peete. And I remember Rodney Peete was the Panthers quarterback 20 years ago. Yeah, it's a mess down in Carolina. Commanders at 2. Ron Rivera is not the problem, but Ownership's the problem. But Ron Rivera's probably going to be the fall guy. Honestly, if they lose to Chicago this Thursday, Rivera might be out, and it's not fair. Carson Wentz, he's broken, He makes a couple of just amazing throws every game. The ability's still there, but he's just not getting the job done. The Commanders are pretty much already cooked. They're the one team in the league that's cooked at 1-4 because everyone else in the division is 4-1 or better. And number one team, can you believe that a Mike Tomlin coach team is the worst team in football? But every advanced metric, you look at the way they played against Buffalo, the game was over in 2 seconds on Sunday. They got blown out by the Bills. The Steelers, started 1-3 with, losing to the Jets, the Browns, the Steelers, the Patriots, all just not very good football teams that they lost to. By every measure, the Steelers so far are the worst team in the league. Are they going to be the worst team in the league by season's end? I highly doubt it. Kenny Pickett, I think, I saw some nice things from Kenny Pickett. I actually think that the Steelers will play better as the season goes along, but they're probably going to stay number one in the bottom of the power rankings because they play Tampa this week. Probably going to be 1-5 on the season after this week. Top of my power rankings. Vikings, believe it or not, number 5. And I've been impressed with Kirk Cousins, actually, especially in late game situations. 3 straight weeks, Kirk Cousins has had a game when he drive late. They've been finding ways to win games. There's a lot of talent on offense. The defense is so-so, actually a little bit disappointing. It was very disappointing how they let the Bears, of course, in my pocketbook, kind of hurt a little bit, letting the Bears come back, a team who can hardly throw the ball from a 21-3 deficit. But kudos to Kirk Cousins. He went on a drive, and Cameron Dantzler just give me that ball to close out the game. The Vikings get a break with the Dolphins as well this week. You're probably going to be playing some guy named Skyler at quarterback. When you're playing a team with a guy named Skyler, who we've never heard of at quarterback, it's probably good for your team. The Vikings will probably be 5-1 after this week. I don't know how good they are, but they probably are the 5th best team in the league so far this year. Number 4, Cooper Rush and the Dallas Cowboys? Really? Yep, their defense is just balling out. But let's calm down about Cooper Rush being the friggin' starter for the Cowboys. He went 10-16 for 104 yards against the Rams on Sunday. They're not asking him to do much. I will say, though, in the Bengals, Giants, and Commanders wins, the previous weeks, Rush did absolutely nothing against the Rams, to be honest with you. But the previous few weeks, Cooper Rush would make a big play to CeeDee Lamb or Michael Gallup. He would make the play when he had to. He's been protecting the football. Defense and running. Cowboys are playing old school football. I know all those, gray-haired guys, that, played in 1996 that are on ESPN and FS1 sets are loving the way the Cowboys are playing football right now. Do I think it's sustainable for the Cowboys to play that way throughout the season? We'll see. The defense is pretty good. The division, I know the Giants are 4-1, but there is still some smoke and mirrors at that. So maybe the Cowboys do look like a playoff team, though. Number 3, the Chiefs. I gotta flip-flop them and the Bills. I know the Chiefs played a much better team this week in the Raiders, but surviving by 1 point, I gotta say, good teams find ways to win games. Maybe they didn't play their best. Chiefs got off to a slow start, but Mahomes and Kelsey, 4 touchdowns, 25 yards receiving by Kelsey. 1, 2, 3, 4 by Mahomes. I love that Mahomes was talking some smack. Chiefs are still one of the best teams in football. I am still just amazed that they're a 3-point home underdog to the Bills. Pretty much what Vegas is telling you, and the Bills, they were number 1 in the Drew rating last year. They have a 32 Drew rating this year. Just every metric, point differential, third down differential, yardage differential, turnover differential, everything to look at. The Bills are freaking awesome. They were awesome last year and went 11-6. Are the Bills going to go 11-6 this year? No, they could probably even go at Case Keenum with how good that defense is and probably still win 12 games this year. The Bills are going to win a lot of football games. If they beat the Chiefs on Sunday, there's a chance they go 15-2. But I got to have the Eagles at number 1 right now, even though I know the Bills by every metric. But the Bills did lose a game and were lucky to honestly beat Baltimore. You can see the Eagles were lucky to win against the Cardinals on Sunday, and I'm very, very sad about it. But I will say that was a gut check win by the Eagles and kind of showed just, that they're very gritty. Jalen Hurts can make big plays. That 3rd and 11 was a big-time play to Dallas Goedert. The Cardinals got some pressure on him, and he still stepped in the pocket and made a great throw. The Eagles, a hard-fought win on Sunday. It's kind of a little bit of college football playoff-y here. You got 1-4 and 2-3 playing against each other this week. 2 absolutely awesome football games. It should be an awesome slate in Week 6. Sure, everybody cannot wait for that Thursday night Commanders-Bears game. I can wait just a little bit for that one. So please, follow me on Twitter, Stu Drew. Yep, double punishment coming. Steph can't wait to punish me here later this morning / early afternoon. Anyways, thank you again. See you in a bit.